This is actually the first month where I have a budget that does not have anything going towards debt because I'm debt free. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. My name is Trey. I make videos based off of personal finance, mainly how I got out of my $42,000 of student loan and car debt. But yeah, today we are going to go over my new budget that does not have any more debt payments towards it. We're gonna go line by line and see how I am going to incorporate this extra $1,500 a month into my normal spending. Okay, so I have my budget pulled up here. If you've seen my other videos, this format's gonna look pretty familiar to you, but again, if you're new here, up top, I put my goals for the month in this red box. This is actually Budget Girls template. I can link it in the description. I bought it for like $8 or so. My goals for this month, since I'm debt free, is actually to fully fund all of my sinking funds. Basically, I'm moving next month, and I'm also, or this month, oh my God, it's June, yes. And I'm also saving up for like Christmas, car repairs, that type of thing. So I wanna have all of those fully funded by the end of this month. And my other goal is to open up a Roth IRA so I can complete my initial deposit, just get it set up. And I'll show you exactly how much I'm planning for that initial deposit as well. But yeah, the first step to any budget is finding out how much that you make and actually writing that amount down. I already received my first check of June. That's this $21,200. Oh my God, I wish. $2,126.61. And the reason that they're different, I am salaried, but the reason that they're different is because once a month we get a wellness credit, which I think is like $125 that we can use towards, well, really anything about like taking care of yourself. They let us do like massages, fitness classes, really anything. And then we also get up to $75 phone stipend, which is really nice because that covers my phone bill. And the second one is what all my checks would be if I didn't have that stipend. So since I'm gonna use all of them on one check, or since I already have, this is what my second check is gonna look like essentially. So let's start to move into my expenses. My first expense is obviously going to be rent. I pay $665.83 or 84 cents every single month. Me and my roommates have an agreement. Last person to pay rent pays the extra penny. That's going to change because I'm about to move and live on my own for the first time. So this number is probably gonna double. I'll show you that as well in next month's budget video. My car insurance has not changed. It's around $75 every month. It's usually 74 something. My phone is $64.74. There's this little like work covers note because my work covers that expense. Gas, this is specifically my car gas. I'm probably gonna fill up soon because I'm almost out, and June's kind of a long month and I'll be traveling. I plan to fill up probably 3 times, around $25 each. That's how I got that $75 number. My electric and gas bill fluctuates quite a bit, but it's usually never above 50, so I kind of just budgeted 45. I thought it was gonna be 40 last month and it went over by a few dollars, which like, not a big deal at all, but always better to over budget than under budget. So my groceries budget, I'm going for $250. That's what I go for every single month. It's always a good goal to have. It requires me to meal prep, determine how much everything is gonna cost, but like, I know that I can pretty much keep my grocery visits to under like $60 each if I'm being frugal. I grocery shop once a week, so 6 times 4, 24. Add a zero, that'd be $240. So usually I should be coming in around $240 to $250. So that number's worked really well for me. If you've been following me for a while, you know that my personal budget and my restaurant budget have historically been kind of issues for me. The personal budget is staying at $250. And so this is a $30 reduction, not huge, but I do plan on buying some stuff for moving. I do have a moving sinking fund that I can pull from, but in case I wanna buy something that's not really a moving expense, but like would make my life easier, I feel like I could do that through even just cash flowing my normal budget and not even pulling from that sinking fund. Restaurant budget, I have always gone over my restaurant budget. It's always been the most kind of like problematic, but I honestly, frankly, don't really give a fuck anymore because I am out of debt. If I go over like $50 in my restaurant spend, it's literally fine. I'm not really hurting myself. I'm only hurting myself against my future savings. I go probably like once or twice a week to like sit downs, which like, I know hasn't been great in the past, but I was still able to pay off all my debt in fucking 26 months. And now I don't have that. So I keep our restaurant too little tab, I don't allot any money to it in this allotted column. So everything that I spend here goes over, and that's just kind of a formatting issue that this document has that I kind of want to edit eventually. But essentially there's another whole section of this document that you'll see soon where you put in all of your individual purchases for things like personal, restaurant, groceries, all the things that have an asterisk, like how many times you get gas. Instead of just putting it all in the actual column and updating that manually, there's another part to the spreadsheet where you enter it there and it auto-populates there and sums all of your visits together so you don't have to do it. So this restaurant to budget is literally just there for when I run out of space on the other section of the form because I do go out to eat pretty often. Then internet's always the same, always $27.79 every single month. And the only other expense I have, guys, is subscriptions, which is Spotify. It's literally the only thing I subscribe to. I did actually cash flow a gym membership last month, but I already canceled it because I'm moving again to Baltimore. So there's really no point in keeping that right now. I'm not going to be driving like an hour to go to the gym every day. So I'll just have to find a different one in Baltimore. But yeah, that's also a fun update. I'm like taking care of my health more now, so like good on me. That makes all my expenses come out to be less than $2,000, which is only 41% of all of my income, which is pretty damn good. But it's gonna change by a hefty amount next month when I'm finally living on my own. But you know, that's the trade-off. I get full independence finally. That comes at a price. The rest of this video is going to be the fun part. I get to talk about my savings and investment goals. So let's move into the savings section. Moving, $500. I have actually already fully funded my moving fund. Again, there's a sinking funds chart later that I'm gonna show you about all the progress. Since I have so much excess money now, I literally don't know what to do with it, which is like so cool. I've never been able to say that like I'm literally making so much money that like, and this isn't even a flex. I'm literally just so excited. And obviously it's come with over 2 years of work. So I'm allowed to flex, honestly. Got too excited. $500 that I'm gonna put into the sinking fund for moving, and I already put almost like $2,000 into it. And that's because I had to do a full ass security deposit of $1,100 because that's gonna be my rent. I had to do prorated rent for June because I'm moving in a few days before, so it was like $180 for prorated rent. Then I also paid my application fee. It was around $1,300, and so I have like $700-ish left. But I need to get furniture. I need to get a couch. Like none of this shit in here is mine. So I need to get a couch. I need to get chairs. I need to get a new dining set because the dining set here is actually the only thing that I own and it's literally falling apart. Like the bolts keep falling out every day. So not great. Yeah, just increasing that $500 so that I can feel extra safe. If I get to just throw the rest of that money into investments or like just buy something really fun for myself, then that's great. Then I'm gonna do that. Christmas sinking fund is the next thing on the list. I have around $150 that I'm dedicating towards that fund. The reason it looks so wonky is because that's the rest of it. I'm only saving $500 only. That's a lot of money. $500 is a lot of money. But my goal is to save $500 for gifts for Christmas so that I can, I don't know, just kind of like spoil my friends and family. I've never been able to spend that much. I feel like I've done like $200-ish before, and that was when I couldn't even really afford it. And now that I can afford it, I want to spoil them. So that'll be the last of the Christmas sinking fund. I will have it fully completed after this month. Moving on, car sinking fund. I have actually already completed the car sinking fund, so it's done. It's done for the entire year, which is exciting. Okay, road trip. This looks really silly. My plan is to save up $1,000 for this road trip, and I've already saved $995. So it looked really silly, but yeah, $5.05 will give me that full 1,000. And to be honest, again, I think I'm way over budgeting here. The only expensive thing we really plan on doing is going to Disney for like a day, like maybe 2 days, and that'll be expensive. But everything else is inexpensive. It's not even out of frugality. Like part of it is, but it's mostly just about like, we don't want to plan anything. Like this trip is supposed to be just like fun, wild, and free. We don't need a nice place, you know? Like as long as we can sleep there, that's all we want because we want to be out and about during this vacation and having a good time. We're going from Maryland to all the way down to Florida and stopping at a bunch of cool like mountain towns along the way and some bigger cities. One stop being the Ramsey Solutions office where I'm going to be doing my debt-free scream. July 19th, 4 p.m. Eastern, I think. I'll update you, but tentatively July 19th. And now moving on to my emergency fund, $1,500. That's what I was paying towards my debt every single month, guys. And now I get to pay $1,500 to myself. I didn't already spend it on tuition or books or whatever. That is my money. I've gotten used to the lifestyle of this budget. It's my baseline. I literally don't have a craving to do more, except maybe even increase the restaurant budget more and just like not care about it, because at the end of the day, this emergency fund is paying myself. And if I go out to restaurants a couple more times a week, like that's gonna bring my restaurant budget to what, like $350 a month? Like it's an extra $100. Boo-hoo if I save $1,400 instead of $1,500. Like it's gonna be okay. Like the cost benefit analysis of that is like fine. But yeah, that's life after debt. I can be as ambitious as I want with these goals or not anymore. The freedom feels so good. When I was putting together this budget, like the freedom just felt amazing. It's just incredible to me that the $1,500 is going here, but then my budget didn't have to change. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but my savings is 52%. I am saving over half of my income this month, and I'm fine. I'm doing great. I'm like living a good life. And the fact that I have the freedom, I have $1,500 extra a month to do whatever I want with, and I'm still okay, and I literally just get to bank that money, like I'm going to be wealthy. Like that's crazy. If I continue along this path and this works out, like I am going to be wealthy. Wow. Wow, crazy. It's meh. I'm just happy, guys. I'm just happy. Finally, moving on to the last portion of this budget, I'm finally gonna open that Roth IRA. It was in my goal at the top of this chart, and I'm gonna do it. I'm going to open a Roth IRA and put an initial deposit of $250.10 into it. I triple checked the math, it all works out. That still totals to $4,116.05, which is exactly my income from these two checks. None of the formulas are broken, I literally checked. I get to invest, save a shit ton of money, and have a lot of fun. What the hell? What the actual hell? Like this is finally the life that I want to live. Last thing I want to go over are these sinking funds. And basically I have all my sinking funds listed on the left here. Moving, road trip, car, health, and Christmas. Before reconciliation is how much that I have paid to them right now. After reconciliation is once the month ends, I go back here, and if I've overspent in a month, I take away from my sinking funds. My sinking funds are the first thing I take away from because I've over budgeted for most of them. The goal, this is the sum amount for each of these sinking fund goals, my percent towards the goal. This is reflecting this month so far. Again, so before reconciliation, I have met all of my goals except for health. I actually decided to stop doing health. I think I'll even be able to cash flow like all of my checkups that I do, because I really only go to the doctor once a year and go to the dentist like once or twice a year. I also have a spent column that shows how much that I've actually spent from that category already. You kind of fly the plane as you build it. Sometimes things come up, like a moving expense. When I had to do the prorated rent, I had to pay like $200 right away. And so I'm really happy that I didn't just wait until I had $2,100 to save it, and that I was saving monthly for it so that I could essentially, fly the ship, pay the price, while I was also building up that security. So my spent is here for each thing. I've paid $90 for my car in terms of speeding tickets actually is one thing, and oil changes. I'm actually debating increasing the car one a little bit. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does $250 sound good, like for your car per year? The fact that I've already spent like almost half of it does kind of worry me, but we are also at the halfway mark for the year. So I'm like, in that case, I'm actually pacing. Yeah, let me know in the comments below if you think I should increase that one and if I should do the health copays one. But yeah, so that's it. That's it, guys. You know, I said in my debt-free video when I actually paid off my student loan that I hadn't felt it yet, and doing this first budget post-debt really made me start to feel how much of an impact that this is gonna have on the rest of my life. I've been used to doing this for 2 years, for sacrificing half to over half of my income, and now I can keep living the way that I have been living, but all of that money I get to see just pile up in my bank account for a while. And then after that, I get to invest money and bank more money and go on more lavish vacations and get massages. I don't know, like the lifestyle stuff is gonna come still probably in a few years, but the whole time I'll be increasing my income because I'll be moving up at work. Just all of these small actions I've realized are finally paying off. The compounding of getting a new job twice, actually, throughout this fucking pandemic was fueled by my desire to get out of debt. So all of these small actions that I've been taking to help get out of debt are now launching me even way past getting out of debt. So if you're debating going on this journey and feel like you have nowhere to start, please go ahead and look at my how to create a budget video in 7 steps. I outlined how I start my budgets every single month and how I started with next to no resources besides the internet. If you're looking to start, like, take my word for it, it is so liberating once you get to the other side. And not even when you get to the other side. Honestly, when you start a budget and the first month that you're able to stick to it, it feels amazing. Sacrifice is liberation. I'm kind of stealing that from Asia Dang on her 1 year into debt freedom video. It's true. Once you learn how to sacrifice and see the impact that it has on your life, there's no going back. I'm so stoked to be able to launch into the next phase of not only just my financial journey, but like, you know, your finances are a tool for your life. Like, this is my next phase in my life journey. And, you know, there's a reason that this is also lining up with me moving out for the first time. There's just a lot of things that get unlocked when you have more cash. And that's just the reality of life. I mean, we all know that because capitalism makes us know that. Even getting to a more spiritual level of this, like, I have learned how to live with less. And I think that that's good. I think it gets you out of the capitalist mindset where you need to always be consuming. I didn't fully escape that. I feel like I was consuming a lot of financial content, but just being able to learn how to live with less stimulation and less in general, I think has helped me psychologically as well. Okay, now I'm really rambling, so I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to tap that like button, subscribe, bell notifications, I don't know, all of the things now. There's too many things on YouTube, honestly. If you do like one of those things, I'll be very grateful. And just like also let me know about your journey. If you have questions about like finances or your journey, feel free to hit me up. Obviously, I don't have a large viewership, but the people that do watch and follow me, like it makes me feel so special, and like I love you guys. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Thanks guys. Bye.